Hello and welcome. This is Linda Schrago and I am the wife and business associate of Gary Bell, who invited you to this training video, the topic of which is using the features of the SendOutCards system. And this is the first of several training videos. This particular video is designed to help you get started right from the beginning on how to create a basic greeting card using the SendOutCards system. To get started, first you will go to your web browser and type in the address, which is SendOutCards.com. It's an easy name to remember, SendOutCards.com, which is what we're all about. At the home page, you will see a red bar across the top part of the screen, and if you will follow that over to the right, you will see the place where you log in. The username will be a name given to you at the time you set up an account with SendOutCards. And this is our username. The password will be whatever you have chosen. And then you log in. And now you have some choices. Again, look at the red bar that goes across the top part of the page and select Cards. The drop-down menu gives you three options, and we're going to select Create a Card. This takes you to the card catalog. Currently, SendOutCards has over 16,000 cards to choose from, and they add to that number every month. That's a fairly overwhelming number, and therefore they have divided the cards into categories that you see highlighted on the left side of the page. For today's example, we're going to select a birthday card, and there are many to choose from. Therefore, they have been subdivided into other categories, family members, kids, etc. But we're going to stick with the anyone category, in other words, all the birthday cards. And we're going to go over to the right side of the screen and scroll down and just see if a card catches our eye. Here's one with some pretty balloons. Now, after I clicked on that, the card was enlarged for me to be able to see it. And what we're looking at is the cover of the card. And we also can look at the inside of the card. Up at the top, just over the card, click Inside. And there we see a message. Not all cards have a message, but some of them do. If you can't read the message in the card, look down to the bottom, and that will have been typed out for you. Okay, now I'm going to click the X to get out of that card, and I'm going to look around for some other cards and see if something catches my eye. Alright, I'm going to check this one out. Happy 29th birthday. And on the inside it says again. So I like that card, and I'm going to select that one. Now I have some choices to make. I can choose a postcard, a 2-panel card, a 3-panel card, or a very big card. For this example, I'm going to choose a 2-panel card, so I click that. And now I'm ready to customize the message inside the card. Looking here to the upper left, you see some icons. This is the front of the card and then the inside panels of the card. Let's just click that front one more time. Happy 29th birthday. Now this is a card that we selected from the card catalog, so this is a ready-made card. We are not able to change the front of the card. Now in a later training video, we will be talking about and showing you how to create a card completely from scratch using the Picture Plus 2.0 technology. But that is for the next session. For now, this is the front of our card, which we like, and we are going to type a message customized for the person we're sending this birthday card to. You can see here that this is the place I can type my message, and also on the right panel is another place where I can type my message. You always know that you are in a place where you are allowed to type if it highlights in yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and start typing my message. Alright, so I've typed my message, but I want to look at it and see if it's exactly the way I want it. And I think I would like to choose a different font, and I have that option with the SendOutCards system. So I'm going to put my cursor in front of my first letter and highlight everything I have just typed, and I'm going to select a different font. So going down to the bottom portion of the page, we have some font choices. I'm going to click there, the drop down menu, and scroll up to the top and the bottom of that to see all the choices I have for a font. And I'm going to choose Times. Now I want to see how that looks, so I'm going to take my cursor off of the card and click, and now I can get a good look at what I've just done. Alright, I think I want to adapt that message a bit, so I'm going to click on it again, and I want to scrunch that up a bit, so I'm going to pull the left side in and see how I like that. Alright, I like that better. I also have the option to pull it more up to the top of the card or down to the bottom of the card. So I'm going to put it about there. And then I'm going to make a decision about what color I want those words to be. I'm going to go down again to the bottom of the page, and here it says color. It's currently black. I'm going to choose red. If this is not enough colors to choose from, I can ask for more, but I'm going to choose red and see how I like that. Whoops, didn't quite get that, the front part of it, so let me try that again. Okay, I think that is what I want it to say, but I do want to show you that there is a sort of a spell check feature, so let's misspell a word and see how that works out. Alright, so I have misspelled a word, and it tells me that by underlining it. So I'm going to go back and correct my spelling. Okay, so I've got my message typed in, and now I'm going to sign my name. And I'm not going to put my last name because she knows who I am. Alright, for this, my signature, I'm going to make that in black. And another choice I'm going to make is the placement of it. If you look down here at the bottom again, I can align it on the left, I can center it, or I can put it on the right side. But I believe I want it centered. And I think I want to select a different font. I think we're going to try the scrolly one and see how we like that. That's cute, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And taking a look at my card, is that the way I want it to be? And I believe it is. So now, obviously, I would want to save my work. So I'm going to save by going up to the top where it says Print Preview. That is my Save button. And now it shows me my card. So again, I can make sure it's the way I want it to look, and it is, and I'm going to X to close that. Alright, so I am ready to continue to send this card. So I go down on the lower right of the screen and hit the blue Continue button. And this brings me to the front of the envelope. On the left is the return address, and in the center of the envelope is the recipient's address. So looking at my return address, it has Gary's name, and actually I think this card should be from both Gary and me, so I'm going to add my name too. Or if I had wanted to, I could have just changed this to Linda and this to Shrego. So you have some options there, but this card is going to be from the two of us. Scrolling down on the right, I'm ready to fill in the name and address of the recipient. So I would type in the first name, last name, and address. And if this were someone I had never sent a card to before, I would type in the entire name and address, city, state, and zip, And then I would go down here and put a check mark, create a new entry in the contact manager. And if I did that, I would never have to type that address again. It would be available to me in the future. Well, this is to a person, Janet, whom I have sent cards to before, so I'm going to just let the system do the work for me on that address. So I click Choose from the Contact Manager, and we're going to tell it that the first name of this person is Janet, and then we will hit the search button, and it gives me some different choices. So I am going to select the one I want, choose Contact, and scrolling down on the right, we will look at that recipient and make sure it's just as we wanted. Yes, this is the name, address, city, state, zip. That is the one I wanted. So now I can hit the Continue button. And now I have another choice to make. I can send this person a gift with her card if I wish. Certainly not required, but I'm going to think about that since this is a birthday after all. Let's take a look at the sock gifts, send out card gifts. We can choose from gourmet foods like cookies and brownies, which are always well received. There are books, there are special occasion items, gift baskets, baby gifts, gifts for women or men, jewelry, many lovely gifts to choose from. So there's also gift cards. And you see those here. There's Starbucks, and this is kind of nice because you can choose a lower priced gift if you want. I know that this person, Janet, likes Home Depot, so I'm going to include a gift card for her for $25 from Home Depot. Happy birthday, Janet. So it tells me over here in the yellow box that I have used 2 points for my greeting card. And then my gift cost $25 because it was a gift card, and there's processing fee and postage, and so the grand total that I am spending on this card and gift is $27.44. It tells me how many points I have available, and it says I need to add funds to my expense account. Okay, I am not going to do that right this minute, so what I am going to do is go back a little bit and continue without a gift, just for the purposes of this training video. Otherwise, I would have refunded my account and made sure I had enough to send the gift. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and send just the birthday card for this training video. So we click Send Card, and now we see that our card is on its way. You see the light blue line at the top tells the name and address of the person, just so I can verify that again, make sure. And if I want to, I can go back and take a look at it. And I have the opportunity to make changes at this point if I want. The actual physical greeting card is printed out of the corporate office in Salt Lake City after midnight on the day that I designed the card. So I have up until midnight tonight to make changes if I wish. And as a matter of fact, I do want to make a change here because I said that this card was going to be from Gary and Linda. So I'll say, and Gary. Alright, now I think that font is a little too scrolly, a little too frilly for Gary, so I'm going to change that font again to something not quite so frilly. Oh, that's too bold. Let's make it casual. There we go. Whoa, I made it disappear, so I'm going to hit my back arrow and make it come back again. Alright, how do I like that one? Yeah, I like that one pretty good, but I'm going to make it a little smaller. So the SendOutCards system is just so very flexible. You're really going to enjoy this. Alright, I made a few changes, so I'm going to go up to my Save button, which is called Print Preview. Take a look at it, close it, and send it on its way in the corrected form. So I hit the continue button and the continue and continue without gift and send the card. So I took the opportunity to go back and make some changes. So those are the basics of sending out a card that you select from the catalog and that you customize the message on the inside. Let's go back to the main menu for a moment, and going back to the cards icon, let's go and look at something else. We created a card. Now let's look at our card history, which is the ability to track the cards you've sent. So we click that. We see here 2 dates. We can find the cards that I have sent between this date and this date. If I want to, I can change that date and go back a couple of days or weeks or months, whatever I choose. So I'm going to go back a couple of days as my starting point and leave this with today, and I'm going to search and see the cards that I have sent in the last few days. And so there they are, and here's the one I just created. And again, I could go in there and view and edit and make changes if I want to between now and midnight. So perhaps I want to go in and fund my account and actually send her a gift. I can do that. But the cards are printed right after midnight, and so at that point you cannot make any further choices or changes. So going back to the home page, I do want to tell you that we will be doing additional training videos, several of them, and I would like to invite you to the next training video, and it will be called Getting Creative with Greeting Cards. And this is going to include looking a little more closely at your points and how to purchase more points and more expense. Points are for cards and expenses for postage and for gifts. And the fun part of the next training video is going to be about adding elements, templates, and photos to the interior of your card. And that's when you get a chance to really be creative. And even those of us who are not creative have a chance to look creative when we use these fun things. And we'll also be showing you how to create a card from scratch using Picture Plus 2.0, and that gives you a chance to completely design not only the inside of the card but also the front panel of the card. And we'll talk about using Save Draft, which is a way that if you're in the middle of designing a card and you get interrupted, you can hold on to that card in memory. And then we'll talk about how you can access technical help if you should need it. For those of you who are already card senders, I would like to say goodbye and have so much fun sending your cards. And for those of you who are not yet card senders, I'm going to show you how to become a card sender if you're ready to do that. One of the things you'll want to think about as you make the decision as to what type of an account you want to purchase with SendOutCards is to think about approximately how many cards might you send in a month. For instance, many businesses would easily send 30 cards a month or a card a day, and if you're in that volume of card sending, you would probably want to consider the wholesale package. To evaluate whether the wholesale package is right for you, I would encourage you to contact Gary Bell and talk with him about that. And let me tell you how is a good way to reach Gary. Going up here to your address of SendOutCards.com, just click there at the end and you're going to add something. You're going to add storefront / 90464. And that takes you to Gary's web page. And what I'd like to point out here is that there's a contact button at the upper right, and there's also contact me kind of in the center. Both of those take you to exactly the same page, which is the next page, and this is where you would find Gary's phone number, and you might want to write that down now, 970-433-8162, or you can contact him by email by typing in a message here. And now let's go back to the home page of this particular website. And if you don't need to talk to Gary and you feel that you're ready to create a retail account because you've made the decision that the volume of cards you're sending is less than about 30 a month, then you could go ahead and create a retail account right here at this site. So in that case, you would click the button Create an Account, and it brings you to two options. One is the subscription plan and one is pay-as-you-go. Let's look first at the subscription plan, because this is the plan that allows you to buy cards at the lowest price per card that's available for a retail customer. The lowest option on the subscription plan is $9.80 per month, and that purchases for you 20 points, or approximately 10 cards. It might be less than 10 cards if you're adding elements and photos and etc. So that's your lowest priced option, and if you select that, you would be billed on your credit card $9.80 per month. If you have determined that you're probably going to send more cards than 6 to 10 per month, then you might select the next subscription plan. So you have options of 20, 40, 60, etc. points per month billed to your credit card. Let's go ahead and select 20 for this demo. Another thing you'll select is your expense option, and this is not charged to you per month. It's only charged to you when you tell it that that's what you want, and this is to purchase your postage and any gifts that you might send. And then you would move on forward through the steps here, providing your credit card and name, address, etc. So that's a subscription plan, and it is the cheapest price per card at the retail level. So many people like to start there. The other option besides the subscription plan is the pay-as-you-go plan. And this would probably be a good option for people who just really don't know how many cards they're going to be sending a month. So you can choose to buy 10 points, which would be 5 greeting cards, on up to 200 points. Now, like many businesses, sometimes with many businesses you get a discount for volume, and that's exactly what you see here. As you purchase more points, the price per point goes down. So the cheapest price per card is the 49 cents per point, and a point is a panel of a card. So for instance, a postcard is 1 point, a 2-panel card is 2 points. So again, you choose what works for you, and you choose what you want to put in your account for postage stamps and gifts, and then move on through the system to give your name, address, and credit card. So that's it. That was our plan to show you how to make a basic greeting card using SendOutCards, and to show you how to get started if you are ready to do that. And we do hope that it's been helpful for you, and Gary and I are absolutely available to help you, whether it be with decision making or with using the features of the card. And we do hope that you'll come to the subsequent training videos. And thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.